Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with some more RimWorld today. And here we are at our Hussar and Highmate colony. Yes, it's very glorious. Here it is. We've still only got the 4 people, but 2 of them are pregnant. That's right. So Leslie Strong and Sarah Shea, both the females are pregnant, and we're in an odd couple situation. So we don't have the 2 Highmates together. No, 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 no. In fact, it's Hutch and Shea and Strong and Shepherd, as you can see the beds here. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, there's a link to the playlist down below in the description. You can start off fresh, or you can just catch up here where we're at right now. But so far you can see I've got some plans laid out mostly. In fact, these walls that you see blueprints for, they're forbidden. So right now we're just kind of still getting up off our feet, but we've got big plans, as you can see. And in fact, I've been using my really great shapes mod here. This little square, or rectangle here, the shapes mod gives us a ton of cool options, including drawing like lines however we want and stuff. So as you can see, we've been incorporating some of the diagonals. These are going to be our outer walls here. So we're trying to encase our compound in some nice strong granite walls. I definitely included enough blocks in the starting scenario. I probably should have cut that down a little bit, but I wasn't 100% sure how many I'd need, and I didn't want to have too few, but now we've got a lot. So we are playing on a slightly reduced difficulty. We're on Blood and Dust instead of my standard Losing is Fun, and that's only because I want to be able to beautify, add some floors to my rooms, paint things, have true beds and stuff, and I don't want to worry about like min-maxing every little bit of wealth I have, and worry about us getting overrun, because we do have some really fun mods. We got the hospitality, the whole suite of hospitality mods, including things like the casino, the spa, the storefront. Oh, so we are in business, and we got a lot of research to do. We're still just getting started here. It looks like we're working on psychite refining. We've recently got batteries finished. There they are. And looks like Strong is getting us some parkas prepared, because we are going to need some clothing here. I think recently I referred to my tile as a tundra tile. Well, that's wrong. It's boreal forest, so I want to keep that straight. I've also referred to the Highmates as housemates several times. And I think the reason for that is just because if we look at this boy right here, he's actually a housemate. So his adulthood is housemate. Shepherd the Highmate was once a housemate. So I don't know, they're just similar words, I guess. But hey, look at this. Our first crop has started to come in. That's glorious. Let's get this all brought in. Whoops, you can see the shapes mod here. Sometimes gives me trouble. There we go. Okay, so we're all set. Now, one thing we want to do is make sure that our hygiene is up and working. I forgot about this in the very first episode, but we caught it right at the end. And now we do have 2 latrines, one of them in our prison. And looks like the well is functioning. We got water here in the tubs. So we're all set in terms of hygiene. Now, eventually I think we'll upgrade to the to the plumbing and get things, sorted out with piping and stuff. But for right now, I'm still learning this particular mod quite a bit. It's new to me. So it's cool that we just got it functioning. Oh, and also somewhere around here, there it is. There's a hidden zone here. This is a dumping zone for our, the sludge, the waste that comes out of the latrines. We just kick it into the river when nobody's looking, and it just floats away wherever God intended it to go, down the river to another colony over here somewhere. But we did start off with a massive river, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's been a fun little playthrough. We've got some great mods. As I mentioned, one of them is for bridges and stuff. But anyway, let's start focusing on the colony today. What do we got going on? Nothing. Everybody's asleep right now. No, but we're getting some nice stone floors here. Marble. I think at some point I'm going to switch all the wood over. I just wanted to get some floors down because it makes it brighter. Looks a lot nicer and stuff. Speaking of brighter, the lights look great because I did turn these up a bit. Oh, yes. Look, I also added in the mod options to put a directional thing on it. So now it says west, east. That's helpful. That's helpful. When that really matters is if you were going to put 2 back to back like this, and you want to select one to like change the color, but not the other one. You don't know exactly which one you have. So that's why I put that directional on there. That'll be helpful. Oh man, so Shay and Shepard were just quipping about shrews here inside the latrine, and we got ourselves a raid here. This is 154 threat points. It's not too bad. There's a couple of them. Let's see, we've got an enemy archer of looks like tribal. Yeah, they're tribals. What are their xenotypes? Neanderthals. I should have figured. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see what we've got. Are they going to attack right away or let's see, they're preparing for a while, then they'll attack. Well, the last time we went and faced off with them, just because I set this little paltry defensive structure up, but it's pretty laughable. I think it's best if we just get out there and attack them. So let's grab our two Hussars. Of course, the Highmates, they're not participating in any kind of fighting. They are non-violent and incapable of even picking up a weapon. But they are bonded to these two, so these guys are going to fight extra hard for their lovers. And let's get them go juiced up. I'm not sure if they're high or not. I should have probably checked that, but that's okay. We started off with a decent amount of go juice, so I think we'll be fine. Now, let's get up here and assault these Neanderthals right away. Okay, we're heading into the river again. There's not much cover out here, but these guys are no match with their bow and arrows. We just don't want them to get an easy hit or something. One shot kill. They're rare unless you turn it up to 500% difficulty. Oh, they're beginning their assault now. Really? Come on, take them down. Don't let them get another shot. There we go. All right. So I'll take the little bit of resources we've got here, but we're leaving the bodies and this there. Yeah, as you can see, here's the remains of our last raid. I think it's far enough away from our main colony that our people won't see the corpses. So, like I said, we'll just release these guys. Look at them drinking the river water, eating some nice, some shish kebabs, delicious, strong. That looks good. So they're going to pick up the goodies and head back home. That's very nice of them. Let's zoom, boom, right back home. I've got a hotkey set now for my camera so I can jump easily without getting too many, anybody seasick going back and forth and stuff. But anyway, so we're going to let them bring that stuff back and we will celebrate the victory possibly with a ritual. How does that sound? Let's see. We don't have... Or we do have a leader. That's right. Shay is our leader. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, Shepard. Let's see. Begin Fair of Faith. No. That one won't work. Well, I'll have to go through. This one will be okay. It's low expectations because we don't have a lot of people, but we can give that a shot. Let's try that. Okay, well, the three of them out here are having a great time, chatting it up, releasing the little lanterns, but Shepard went to bed. Okay, so that's fine. Whatever, buddy. We'll just see how this goes. I'm going to speed it up so we can see what we end up with. Oh, unimpressive. That's too bad. Yeah, since it was so low participant count, we just had a poor quality chance, so it's not the end of the world. They do get a negative mood from that, I think, slightly here. Boring sky lanterns, yeah. Oh, look. Used hard drug. No, wait a second. It says medical or social. What? Why would they get that debuff then for using medical or social? I guess it has to say anything, doesn't it? Well, that's stupid. I guess just doing it for their addiction type because they are genetically addicted to it here. Go juice dependency. So does that incur the mood penalty as well? Ideology, man. It's a great one, but it's my least favorite of the DLCs. I won't lie to you. And it's not necessarily because of this, but looks like, did Strong get it too? Yeah, used a hard drug. Negative 15. That completely removes their psychic bond bonus, but hey, I'll just have to be careful. You know what I am interested in to see if maybe that happens too when they take it for medical purposes. Like, well, I should say for addiction purposes, because hopefully they don't. I don't know. We'll see. A little bit disappointing, but what can you do? Oh, look, they're gathering here in the bathroom. Wow, interesting. Oh, looks like Shepard is about to... Oh, no, he's about to kick over that big old barrel of fecal sludge there into the river. Whoopsie. There it goes. Washed away forever. Sewage is 616% for now. but it will dissipate. So far, I mean, it's a little bit labor intensive, but that's a pretty good way of disposing of it. I mean, it only takes a few seconds. Now, one day we will start to refine that stuff possibly, but like I said, for now, I like this setup. It's working pretty well. Oh man, look at this. Randy's hitting us again. These are wasters, guys. This is a real threat. Well, they're melee, so that's not bad. Oh, there's 4 of them. Yeah, they're all melee, so that's not the worst, but, well, it can be a challenge if they catch up with us. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make sure, yeah, these 2 are asleep. Let's grab these 2, get them out here. Okay, beautiful. Now, I will go ahead. I was going to say I want to wake them up, but I might not. I'll just let them sleep. I want to make extra sure that they're not going to wake up and come out here and get involved in the fight. But we'll be okay. Let's put our people behind cover. And I do kind of want to move forward just a little bit so we can fall back to those positions. Looks like we've got... Yeah, they're trying to flank us. Watch out there, guys. Watch out. What do they got there? Oh, that's right. They're all melee. Let's get up, tucked up in here in between these rocks real quick. Yep, nice shooting. Good. Good. Get them. Okay, they dropped them. Looks like these guys, like I said, they're trying to come at us, but we're going to be okay. Come on, Strong. Take them down. Nice. They're fleeing. Oh, no. You don't flee from this colony. Get them. Oh, dropped them. All right, so we are going to have to set up some sort of dumping stockpile. This is what I like to do, and instead of burying all these corpses, I'm just going to set up a stockpile that's kind of out of sight, out of mind here, behind this little hill, and we'll just put all the bodies over here. Okay, well, there you can see that once our Hussars drop these guys off, what I'll do is I'll just put a forbid on them, and they won't be touched again until they just decompose. Let's see if there's actually anything decent on them, because even if it's tainted, Strong here can wear it. She is a bloodluster, so doesn't matter to her. Let's see what they've got. Nope, nothing good so far. There's one more, though, but no worries. Okay, well, we've been attacked enough times now. I think it's about time to start putting down some walls here. So you can see I'm going to get the eastern wall set up first over here just because. And I think what I'm going to do, you can see with my plans, I've got a bit of a spot made here just in case we need to expand outward and get this geothermal. But before we do that, this is actually a pretty prime location. Or maybe even this would be a better spot here. Let's see. Yeah, this is more centered. Okay, so we'll come over to this side. Then I don't have to worry about working around the geothermal. Now, what I'm thinking about over here is opening up sort of a trap funnel or, you know, a trap hallway, so to speak. So I'm going to grab my plans here, my plan tools, and I'm going to erase this section of the wall real quick. And let me think about this. I'm going to kind of plan this out, do a little trial and error here while they're working on the actual side of the wall here. And once I get finished, I'll show you what I come up with. Hopefully it'll make sense. Okay, well, I've got some of it laid out here with plans, some of it with actual blueprints. All of it's forbidden for now, but let me just go through and explain. I hope this is right because I'm doing this from memory, and I think it'll work this way. So where I've got plans here, these are going to be walls, actual granite walls here once I'm ready for them. So I'll lay those out on both sides here. So it's going to be 2 wide. Now you can see right here I've got wooden fence posts all along the side here. So what that does is it allows our pawns to walk through here because they won't go over the traps, right? They'll take the slower route and climb the fence post if they need to all the way out. Whereas enemy pawns, their AI don't see the traps, right? Unless they're nimble or whatever. And they're going to choose to take the faster way. So they could climb over the fence post, but they think this is clear. So they'll take the route through the traps, not realizing that there's a bunch of traps in their way. So that's the intention behind having this fence post. And then, of course, the doors are put here so that my people, when we need to switch out like this thing right here, these early ones, it's easier. We can just walk through these doors, or literally some of these, they just step to them and they can just refill, reset the traps there. So that's why the doors are there. But that's one method of doing it. There's several different ways and stuff, but we'll see how this comes together. You can see I'm kind of setting up just the basic walls first, letting them get that going. Like I said, most of this is going to be forbidden for now. I'll get the doors first. We'll set off, like, we'll kind of enclose ourselves first, and then we'll try to put this in last. But yeah, we've got a lot to go, so there's still a ton of work, and of course granite takes a while to build. So it's good though, because it gives Leslie a chance to make some clothing. We're researching here, so that's amazing. Let's see. So it's just him out here right now. Our boy Hutch, he's working on it. We do need to get these clothes up, so let's see. She's got parkas. How much are we working with now? Yeah, we kind of need to go hunting, not so much for food, really, because we've got a decent amount still saved up. In fact, I'm going to come in here and forbid these packaged survival meals for now. You can see our fridge is up and running. I need to make a little freezer just for the meals now, instead of putting them on this thing. So, yeah, I think I'll build a second one of these and just put it right here for now, replace that. We could put meals in these too, I think. Let's see if I go to storage, foods, raw materials. Yeah, food, it's under meals right there, foods. So we're good, we're good. That'll help a ton. But hey, it's all about building right now, trying to make things nice and safe. Uh-oh, well, I was just hunting a few buffalo so we could make some more parkas and stuff. And looks like the whole herd has turned on us. Let's grab our Hussars. Oh, God, get out of there, Hutch. This one's super pissed. Oh, look, it just bit his ankle or something. It's our first. Yeah, it did. It bit his torso. Oh, my God, get him strong. Get him. Nice. Good job, Hutch. Lay into that sucker. Keep moving. Keep running and gunning. Oh, that is like an elite muffalo right there. Damn. All right, looks like this one. Yeah, he's just wandering. Okay, we should be good. Let's go ahead and get these rushed back. Hutch, buddy, I need you to get back there. Don't mess around. All right, Leslie, take a quick drink. Remember, Leslie's pregnant, but she's doing okay. As a Hussar, she seems to be really, really resilient. Now, Sarah and Shepard are going to have to wake up. One of them's going to have to tend to Hutch here, but that shouldn't be an issue. They are going to be exceptional medical students at some point. Right now, he's an 8 with a double passion. She's a 9 with a double passion. So, like I said, just give them some time. Oh, good news, everybody. We got the notification for Strong. So she is due to give birth in less than 6 days, it says. Gives us instructions to build a crib and all kinds of stuff. I think we're ready. I've got the school prepared. We got 3 blackboards set here. So I think we're good to go. Obviously, we just need a nice, healthy birth, but Shay shouldn't be too far behind. She was a couple of days after, so I think that's really what's been the difference between. At first, I thought like maybe the Hussar had a better metabolism or something, made the pregnancy quicker, but I think it's just a difference of a few days is all that is. So we should be seeing a notification for Shay soon enough, but oh man, that's going to be great. We can probably take down these traps too now. I'm going to have these deconstructed, honestly. If we're getting these walls in, wow, looks like they've done a great job too. We're not going to need them, hopefully. So let's go ahead and get this built and get those doors. Doors take a while, but it's a really nice setup if this does function. And of course, this right here is going to be the final area where they come in. Enemies will enter through the base, or into the base. So what we need to do is essentially what I've done over here with this little structure. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just deconstruct this thing now. We're going to set up some sort of little... We want it to be roughly about 12 to 13. So of course they're coming out of here. I'm going to measure it from about right here. So we want it to be about 13 away from this. So if I go into my structures and I do some granite walls at about this location, every other one here. All the way to the wall, and then between them, of course, we're going to put our granite barricades. There we go. And that'll give it somewhere for our colonists to stand behind and shoot as these people come out. And it should be in range of just about any weapon. We could probably push this back too, honestly, since we've got Hussars with the assault rifles. They're definitely going to have a bit better range. So I might even push it back to like this far. We'll see. Okay, well, we just finished the psychite production, so we can officially get Go Juice going once we get the red crops brought in. But that brings me to the fertility procedures. We're not going to go for this right away. In fact, I think I'm going to start focusing on some turrets, getting machine gunning, gunsmithing up. But fertility procedures is important. And someone pointed out in the comments of an earlier episode that I might need to bring in some new blood here to the colony, seeing as there's only 4 of them. They're going to have kids, and those 2 will hopefully get together if they're different genders, or they're, the other siblings will. But eventually they're all going to be related. So we might have to recruit some new Hussars or Highmates, if we come across any, into the colony to get some new blood. But with the genetics, I think we can possibly avoid that. I don't know. I am open to maybe recruiting 1 or 2, like I say, if they're the right xenotype. But with this, we can literally extract ovums and implant them into a growth chamber if we want and stuff like that. So we are definitely, I'm not against this at all. In fact, we're going to rely pretty heavily on this type of thing, the fertility procedures, and then down the line, actually genetics and stuff like that too. So that'll be a big part of helping us get our colony up to speed in terms of population for sure. Oh, well, well, well. We've got our first quest. Not technically. We did get one earlier in order to get Shay up to royalty pawn, the start of it at least. Now we've got a new one, though, for construction here, which would make us halt our wall construction for a short time. But this telescope right here is calling my name, no joke. So it's pretty small, actually. See if it's 4 by 5. Hold on a sec. Let's go ahead and first things first, let's order some wood chopped here so we can use that in case we want to go. But what I like to do when we see something like that, I'll just do 4 by 5. So that's literally as big as they're asking us to make it. So I think we can probably handle this. It's called the Terrible Construction. Let's do it for a telescope. And of course it says afterwards we have to protect it for 36 days. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, and if we do get it destroyed, 2 man-hunting snow hares with a climate adjuster will land nearby. So let's see the pod. Okay, there it goes. Let's install it right here, I guess. Yeah, we'll put it right next to our little house here. So if we need, there is a little method I like to use to safeguard these things once they're constructed, but I'll show you once we get to that point. For now, let me get the blueprint all set up and we'll start work on it. Okay, well, I've got Leslie interrupting her tailoring duties to build this thing really quick, like boom, there it is. So we've got to complete. The monument's all done. Now, what I like to do, because sometimes if you mess with these things and adjust the roof, it'll screw things up. So what I'm going to do is just say, well, we'll just leave the roof there then, since it already has one. Sometimes they won't, but since it's got one, I don't want to mess with it. Now, what I will do, we've got a decent amount of steel here, so I'm going to grab some steel walls and literally surround this thing like this. And in fact, now that I think about it, let's not actually have it touching. Let's do a gap here, just like this, so nothing can get to it. I will put a door here, so in case like Randy strikes it with lightning or something, we can still get in here and what's it called? Put out the fire. But there you go. So hopefully this will keep it nice and safe, because we got to keep it around for 36 days. Now, good thing is we do get the reward right away. So I can set this up. And of course it has to go outside. So I'm going to put it right there next to the door. I love these little things. The pawns use them quite a bit too. So that's a very, very helpful recreational unit. Now, everything is coming together in terms of our wall. They're just, like I said, they had to take a little break to build the new structure. But there we go. It's not really in anybody's way. I hadn't exactly planned out what I want to do with this yet. But there's a few things we definitely need, like a hospital and a prison. Those are going to be probably the two big ones that I have to plan for next. And it's hard to see. I think I might go back in and install a mod that allows us to see the plans a little bit better. I know there's one specifically you can change the color, so I might do that just for purposes of showing off my plans, so you guys can see them a little better. There's a whole set of residential buildings over here, which are almost invisible, but nonetheless, I could go through and set up a bunch of the walls too around them like this and just forbid it so it's easier. But what I think we'll do is, since the front line is essentially going to be right here, this is where the fighting will happen. I like to set up maybe the prison and the hospital right behind this area. So you can see we've got some walkways here represented by these three wide. So if I look, how big is this area right here? We've got a 9. That's a pretty big spot. That's a really decent size hospital right there. If I did something like that, that's a good hospital for starters. I might need to expand it. And eventually we will open these walls up and expand them outward once we need a bigger compound. But I guess directly behind it, I could place a prison. So if we just do, doesn't need to be as big either. So let's stick with the same kind of footprint here. So if I did 11 by 9, that's probably definitely big enough. And if I make it a little bit bigger, I could probably squeeze a what's it called? A nutrient paste dispenser in there. But we do have to be careful because we're coming up against the edge of the wall here. This is where that'll be. And we do have some water too. So that's going to be a tough place to expand. But I might have to pull this back. I don't want any buildings actually touching the wall. You know what I'm saying? There should be a gap there, so I don't know. I have to rethink this area. It definitely helps to get the walls built first, and then we can kind of visualize things a little bit better. Also, getting rid of the stupid hill is going to be nice. Okay, well, that's kind of ugly right now, but you can see what I'm going for here. A little bit more plain. So this is going to be our block of our first 6 residential buildings that allow both of our couples to squeeze in here, and then we have room for 4 more couples or individuals. But you can see it's also very close to the front line. Now that was not necessarily intentional right off the bat, but it just worked out well. Plus we have such a small compound to start with. Everything's kind of next to each other anyway to start off. But you can see we're really making some good progress here on the walls. Now that Strong is pretty much caught up. She's got some toques to make. Did I set this right? Let's see. Oh, we might be out of stuff. Yeah, we're missing fabric. So the good news is that I can pretty much kill animals out there with impunity. And we are just steadily cooking up some kebabs here. In fact, we might want to start trying... What's Shepard's skill level at? He's still at a 9. So I think what I might do is just really beef up the kebab order. Let's just go crazy with it. Let's get 1,000. And unpause at 500. There we go. So he's going to make kebabs. It's not like the best meal that's available from this vegetable garden mod, but it does affect metabolism and manipulation. So that's actually really good. Speed up our people's work and stuff like that. I think that'll help. And it's a good basic food to start off. It's just meat and vegetables for the chef to make. So pretty simple. And we can store tons of them now. We don't have to worry about them going bad. So what I'm going to do is check our wildlife tab and see if we got anything interesting here. Hey, some more muffalo. Man, these things, we've tried to hunt a couple of these guys. They keep attacking. I'm going to do one at a time and hope that the whole group doesn't come after us. I think when I do this and I just set the whole group to attack, it seems to provoke them more. I don't know, but I know it's really just down to the individual hunter and stuff. Let's see, man. They're so busy. Nobody. Oh, they're all asleep. Oh, yeah, they're definitely busy. But you can see that Shay did enter her final trimester. Oh, look at this. Oh, 201 points. Yep. Shoot, we didn't even build the enclosing wall yet. We ran out of steel, didn't we? Well, let's see. What do we got here? So they're going to prepare for a while. Who is coming at us? It's a bunch more melee dudes. Well, the walls aren't up, so you know what that means. I think we're going to have to come out and meet them. Let's bring the Hussars up. Come on, guys. All right, here they are. They're assembling at the water's edge, just like they are. Since they're melee, let's just hide over here behind this little rock pile, and I think we can pretty much pick them off. And we're going to aggravate them, but that's okay. That's the whole point. They're aggravating us. Come on, just get right up there. They're melee. It doesn't matter. You don't need to really take cover. Perfect. How strong? She's definitely moving slower, for sure. Oh, yeah, sure, moving's cut in half. Damn. I might not even been advisable to bring her out here. But I think we need her shooting. Yeah, I really need to get these growth fats researched right away, don't I? Damn, that dude's fast. Is he a Hussar? Baseliner. Probably on something. Nope, he's got a hook hand, though. Oh, this one's Iron Go Juice. They're all baseliners, it looks like. No big deal. And they're retreating. Well, there they go. Hold on now. Hold your horses. Interesting. So we did down 3 of them. 6 hours to die. 7 hours. 14 hours. Well, I think we can probably save a couple here. Let me take a look at their faction. The Mace Brigands. Now, I don't know. I suspect that we cannot make good or amends with these people, but let's just check. Yeah, they're permanently hostile, so it's not really the end of the world if we don't save them. Just looking at their gear. All right, well, tell you what, let's go ahead and bring them in. The housemate, we can at least get one of them saved, because I'm not going to bring Shay out here. She's pregnant, so we'll grab this one here. I think he had the best opportunity to live. 14 hours, yeah. So I'll send Shepard out here to capture him. The others will just, they'll just expire. That's what happens when you attack the colony. But we will pick up all the goodies here and trade those away at some point. Once we get another trader, that'll be great. It's been a while, but look at Strong. You know what? I'm going to take her temporarily while she's pregnant. I'm going to take her off of the hauling duties because I don't want her wandering around the map picking up stuff like that. Or hunting buffalo, for the love of God. I want you hanging out. You know what? I think it's better. Instead of doing that, let me set up a zone that's a safe zone just inside the colony, and I'll restrict the 2 pregnant females to it. Okay, well, you can see it's not perfect, and no, I didn't choose pink just because it's set up for the ladies here. This will be used for any person, like my mechs, if we ever get into like work mechs, or the kids too, they'll be restricted to this safe zone too. It's also easier for me to go ahead and fill it out once we've got the walls in, because I can use this little paint can tool, and it will fill in any like contained area, just like you would like in MS Paint or Photoshop or whatever. It's really, really the shapes tool. Can't recommend it enough. It's really great, guys. But nonetheless, this isn't a mod overview. This is a Hussars and Highmates playthrough. And so far, things are going real well. In fact, I think we can expect delivery in tomorrow's episode. At least I hope so. I'm going to try my very best to get those 2 kids born safely and perpetuate this colony here, guys, because I want this one to last for a while. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys are too. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the series so far. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel as well, and I will see you guys on the next one.